What are the 5 things you must never do after a breakup? I'm just going to switch my screen here a bit. The 5 things you must never do after a breakup. If you've not experienced a breakup, then that's a good thing for you. I'm happy for you that it's not something you've ever experienced, because breakups are tough, even for men. Keep in mind that statistically, men actually, breakups actually hurt men a little bit more on the long term than it does to women. In the moment, you may come off and seem like somebody who knows what they are doing and you've got it together. But on the long term, if you don't take time to process how you're feeling, then it's going to be something that you will live with, and it's something that will impact the way you see life and the way you see women. I've also read that men really don't always move on quickly from breakup. Actually, they never even really move on. They just live with it. Women tend to move on after a while and then just adjust a little bit better, but men are not known to move on. They just shove it at the back of their mind, So, but in the midst of all the emotion and whatever you're experiencing, I would advise against doing these things that I'll be mentioning in this video. So, this is the reason breakup recovery matters. It's you need that emotional healing, and there can be deep scars and feeling of rejection, whether it was you that did the breakup or the girl broke up with you. Most times, if the girl broke up with you, then you are feeling a certain level of rejection and sadness. This can lead to a lot of anger. So it's important to heal. It's important to get better and not have these emotions lingering for too long, because this is what would impact your next relationship as well. If you don't get better as a man and go into the next relationship, you are taking on all that excessive baggage, and you take it into the next relationship, and most likely that relationship is not going to work as well. Okay. So it's for your personal growth and restoring balance to your life, like we said. So prioritizing recovery allows you to regain control of your life. Okay. Many of you may not know that you are actually experiencing, hurt and pain that you've shoved behind. And this particular live stream is to get you to expose you to the fact that there are some things that you're experiencing and that you need to process it. And you may not know, but it's affecting other areas of your life. It's affecting your mindset as well, how you may see women and other aspects of your life. So mistake number 1, like I said in that video, is begging for a second chance. Begging and pleading with the woman, let's get back together. It doesn't really matter if, actually it's worse if that girl ended the relationship with you and you are begging to have it back. That is actually going to be a horrible thing to do. I would advise you, any man, as long as a girl has stated that she doesn't want to be with you, that she doesn't want to have anything to do with you at all, I would advise you to walk away. Walk away. Take it as cold as it may sound, as difficult as that message may have been received by you. I would advise you to walk away and never plead for a second chance with her. You don't need to ask any girl to take you back and plead with her, constant calling, constant texting. Even some people go as far as showing up unannounced at the girl's house or home. This is not something that you should ever do. This lowers your value much more than you think. This reduces your value. The way the girl sees you will get worse and worse, and she would believe that she made the right decision by actually leaving you, dumping your ass. She will believe that she made the right decision. But if you take this, as hard as it may be, as difficult as it may be, and you take it and you move on, this is what will gain your control and your respect. That girl will be able to respect you. It doesn't matter how much you love that or how much you were invested in the relationship or not. I would seriously advise against ever begging any girl. Okay, helps you maintain your integrity, and when you beg, you lose respect. Like we said, creates a power imbalance. That's a big one. That imbalance, once that power imbalance is there, you've lost that girl completely. Women are hypergamous in nature. They date up, and men date down relatively. So women prefer to see the man they are dating as better than them in some, if not all, areas of life. They want to date men that are better than them or doing better than them. So if you are not, putting yourself up there, improving yourself constantly, then this is going to be a problem. The girl will lose respect for you. Leads to unhealthy reconciliations as well. This power imbalance, I don't know how much else to emphasize on it. Absolutely something you must never, ever do, begging any woman. Okay, we're going to move to the next point here. Jumping into a rebound. We did the intro earlier in this video where we're talking about, not healing and then going back into a relationship. Jumping into a rebound, I would discourage any man from ever inviting any girl in your life immediately you just ended a relationship. These obviously can help you to, feel better in the moment. And, you think actually that is helping you feel better. But all you're doing is prolonging the pain. Any pain that you are not dealing with in the moment, that has occurred in the moment that you're not dealing with, and you shift it, you push it, it's going to come back to haunt you. And then it's actually going to do you worse by then. Masking the pain. Okay? You risk hurting others unintentionally, like we said. The next relationship is probably going to be broken as well because you have obviously not healed from anything that has happened with you before. So we're just going to move on to the next point as well. Social media stalking. I talked about this. We have 2 more points here. I talked about this in that video as well. Looking up your ex on social media is not something you must do. Please avoid. This is something that a lot of people can't help. They have to check up on what that person is up to, what that person is doing. I need to know what is happening with her. I need to know what's happening with him. If you're a girl watching this video or ever gonna see this live stream, you don't need to know. You don't need to know what's going on with her. You might see her looking a lot more stunning. You might see her looking a lot more beautiful. What are you going to do? You might see her, presenting herself as if everything is going well in her life. The facade of social media. Social media is a place where people go to and then project themselves in ways that truly do not reflect the current state of their lives. In reality, it doesn't reflect it. They just go there to, put up things that make people happy. And nobody puts pictures that are not nice on social media. They look good, they look presentable, all that stuff. And you would think and believe that she's doing well. But maybe she's not. But regardless of that, it's going to get to you because you're in a vulnerable state. You're an emotional person. It's going to get to you. And it's not the route you must go for any reason. Looking up your ex reopens emotional wounds. It creates distorted perceptions of your ex life, like we just said, and distracts from your personal growth. Okay? So I wouldn't encourage any man to do this. Bad mouthing your ex is the second to the last point we're going to be talking about here. Just anything that has to do with damaging the person you once told that you love, you appreciate, you can't do without. The person you said, I can't do without you. Come and see me. You're the most beautiful woman in the world. I've never met anybody like you. You said all these things to this girl before, but now you have changed the script and telling everybody that she's the worst person in the world. Well, genuinely, there could be some people who are, who are really evil, and it's okay. You can talk about that in a certain degree, but don't make that a habit of bad mouthing your ex to anybody you see and anybody you meet. It's not the right approach. It reflects poorly on your character as well and your personality. Yeah, because you meet another girl, you're bad mouthing your ex to her. You meet your father, your uncle, whoever, you are talking trash about somebody that you once dated. That says something about your choices as well. And the last thing we're going to say is avoiding personal growth. I do not want you to avoid your development. What is that thing that you've been passionate about? I want you to revisit it. Throughout your relationship, you probably dropped it. You probably abandoned it. You probably left yourself like that without ever focusing on what was important to you as a man. As a man, you are the pillar and the head of your home, of the society, the bedrock of many things. And a man should always be on his calling, on his purpose. If you choose to deviate from your calling and your purpose because of a woman, then she is inevitably going to leave you anyways. Yes. Right from the creation of man, God had given man work first before he gave man woman. So if you do not have a purpose, something you are pursuing, then you have no business inviting a woman into your life, because what is she going to help you with? What is she going to be doing for you or aiding you in? As a man, you have to always be on your purpose. You have to always be on your grind. You've abandoned your fitness. This girl, she comes to your house. You guys stay indoors the whole day, and you used to wake up early morning and go to the gym. Now, because she's around, you don't do that anymore. That girl has to follow you to the gym. Your girl has to follow you to the gym. As long as you're on the right path, you're doing things that are healthy for you, good for you, then any girl who comes into your life to disrupt that is not a good fit for you, because what you're doing is a thing of integrity already. What you're doing is something that is good and healthy for you. So it would be a disservice to you to avoid your personal growth as well. So I just have a few bonus points here. I don't want you to seek revenge at all for any reason. And, I don't want you to abandon your personal growth, obviously. Some people react emotionally to a lot of things, quitting their jobs, making impulsive purchases, drastic change in appearance. All these things, you do not need to do any of these things for any reason. So, guys, that rounds it up in this session of our live stream.